project it down a timeline, and you'll see, oh, this is going to be a problem down here, and I can see that this person might not do this, and this might get jammed up over here. And, within seconds, you've already kind of sussed it out. We all do that.
Tell me a little bit more about the premises in your book, Frequency.
All right. Well, so the idea is that the acceleration that we're experiencing of the world going faster is really part of an overall fundamental and kind of rapid evolutionary change that we're experiencing. It's, some people call it transformation. But I think if we even look back in history just a little bit, you can see that not long ago we were in the industrial age, where things were really sort of slow. It were mechanistic, everything was about the physical world, and it was very body-oriented. That accelerated and then got toward computers, which got very, very fast machines, which then shifted us into the information age, where things went faster and faster and faster and shifted into the mind or the mental realm and got faster and faster. And then we got the Internet, and now we're at this point where we can barely process the amount of information and ideas we have with a linear kind of mind, with logic. We can't do it. So I think we're poised right now on the brink of another shift into what I call the intuition age, where time is speeding up. Literally.
Too fast.
Everything
way
is,
too fast.
Yes.
I mean, I can't believe it. We're into December 4th now. This being Friday in most time zones, soon to be on the West Coast. It's going way too fast. Way too fast.
Yes. And it's like you think something and then you almost get instantaneous repercussions. That time lag between, sometimes when you're driving, I notice this and I get mad at somebody who pulled out in front of me.
Oh, you're a road rager, are you?
And then the next minute I pull out in front of somebody else.
You do the same thing, right?
What goes around comes around within minutes these days.
Have you also noticed that when you're in heavy traffic, someone needs to pull over into your lane? You know that he desperately needs to get in that lane. Maybe you're in the right-hand lane, he's on the left, and he needs to get off on an exit on the right. You let him in. Have you noticed that most of those people you let in then let someone else in?
Yes. Yes.
It's an interesting situation.
Exactly right. That's the positive spin on it all. But we're shifting to this point now, and I think that what's happening with time speeding up is really that we're coming into an awareness of an eternal present moment. I think in not too long a time, we're not going to really have an awareness of future and past. Future and past are going to be integrated into the present moment. Everything will be now. And the future will be something like a higher level, a higher frequency of the present moment, a potential of the present moment.
In your opinion, Penny, what successful people, go all the way back down to Jesus if you want, what successful people understood intuition, understood frequency?
Well, certainly, Buddha and the religious leaders and all that, but I think that anyone who is good at materializing their visions or dreams is very good at it. That's part of manifesting or materializing or creating.
They may not know about the science behind or the metaphysics behind frequency. All they know is they're doing something and it's working for them.
That's right.
I would think, your book Frequency is going to help people, but I would bet that if you polled 100 people, more would know about intuition than a question about frequency, wouldn't you?
I think they don't quite understand what frequency is yet, but they know what energy is.
Right.
And I hear it all the time, oh, he's got good energy, or, that's got bad energy. And we're just starting to perceive energy all the time, and we're perceiving vibration.
My daughter sends me a text every once in a while, my second one, and she's about ready to do something, and she'll just say, Dad, what do you think? And before I even answer her, she'll get back to me and go, I'm not going to do that. It's bad juju. And
she goes.
it's there. Yeah, she's got it. She knows.
Well, when you start paying attention to energy and you realize that everything actually is vibrating. For instance, you go to the market, you can sort of tell which of the food that you're going to buy, which of the produce is better than another piece. You select certain pieces by the kind of energy it has.
It's kind of neat to pick out the ones you want, but you know what? I hate being behind someone who touches all of them. All of them.
Right.
That's one of my little pet peeves.
Yeah, but probably they're
I've
doing
got a
that
few.
because their body is sensing something.
True.
But because the vibration that things have, even inanimate things, like engines in cars that are working well or not working well. I mean, everything vibrates. And vibration conveys energy information, literally. And so basically, I think that as our energy or frequency level is increasing and everything's accelerating, we're starting to become aware of energy information.
But don't you say if the body's frequency increases, people tend to get more irritable and upset?
Well, that's one of the first symptoms, because as this energy is increasing, the body starts vibrating faster, and we start to become ultra-sensitive.
Less tolerant?
Well, that'll be some of the first symptoms of it. The ultra-sensitivity also makes you start to become aware of emotions. If you become much more aware of both positive and negative emotions, you can start to become aware of more information that you don't even know is information because it's energetic. It's not coming in the printed word, let's say. So a lot of us are picking up stuff from the environment now that we don't know how to process. And in some ways, it makes us feel sort of subliminally overwhelmed. And that overwhelming feeling can also create irritability. It can make us feel like we just can't, handle it all. And you can almost get paralyzed in a way by the complexity of the world. And so we may be feeling too much, or we think we feel too much. And, we can easily be reactionary, and a lot of people are sort of retreating, pulling into themselves at this point. So part of what I'm talking about in the book is how to develop conscious sensitivity, how to actually develop your ability to read energy information so that it's like a new skill.
Now, read it from yourself or read it off of other people?
Off of other people, out of your own body. A lot of times, like I had a client a businesswoman, who said she walked through her office past her employees into her own office, and she realized that as she walked past them that they were bored. But she figured that out because she realized she was bored. Her body was bored. And then she realized, oh, the other people are bored. And then she realized, oh, they're bored because I'm bored. Everybody's bored. But she was reading her own body basically as a barometer of what was going on in everyone. And I think we do that, and we're learning to do that more and more.
This increase, this frequency increase, which you say is increasing right now, also, though, creates what? More negativity at the same time?
Well, what happens first is that as the body itself is actually vibrating faster, and the energy waves are kind of flowing through it, and your body will start to rev up to try to adapt to the higher vibration that's all around you.
Well, speaking of vibrations, listen to this from Cusco. We'll be back in a moment. Frequency with our special guest, Penny Pierce, right here on Coast to Coast AM. Are you a member of StreamLink yet? Well, you can sign up by going to coasttocoastam.com. Go back and grab archives of past programs. Get your iPhone app and just have some fun. StreamLink, it's part of Coast to Coast AM. I wonder if Nikola Tesla, I'm not sure if you're familiar with his past work, Penny.
Yes.
Was one of those who picked up on frequency because he understood resonance for sure.
Yes, and he really understood intuition as well. He designed things in his mind and whole machine